What is up, side hustlers, entrepreneurs, business builders, and dream makers? Welcome to the Sell Your Side Hustle Podcast, episode 55. This is the bonus episode of the week, second episode of the day on this glorious Friday, and I am so excited to be back in your earbuds once again for the second time today. Guys, right now I want to talk to you about something that is known as the hedonic principle or the hedonic treadmill. And this is a really important thing to understand when you start achieving the goals that you set for yourself in business. Maybe you have a goal of having hit a revenue mark where you can leave your day job. Maybe you have a goal of making $5,000 a month or 10 grand a month or 25 grand a month or $100,000 a month. Whatever your goal is, it's really important to understand this philosophy or this psychological principle so that when you start achieving those goals, you actually can remain healthy and productive. The hedonic treadmill is often what it's often called. The hedonic treadmill is this tendency that we have where as soon as you achieve a goal, you revert back to your baseline level of happiness or satisfaction. When we work towards a goal, it's often the case, but it's not always the case, that upon achieving that goal, you hit this momentary high and an excitement and euphoria because you did just hit a goal and you celebrate. And for some people, that like immediate rush of adrenaline and excitement on hitting a goal in business doesn't have any actual emotional impact whatsoever. And for some people, it does. And that can last for a day or a week or a month. It's probably not going to last for a year. And then you're going to return back to your baseline level of happiness and satisfaction. So that means that whenever we think to ourselves, if I were here, I'd be happy. That's not true. What we found out psychologically is if you are here, you're going to be just as happy as you are here, because it's not being at a level that makes you happy. People often believe that achieving a goal will bring lasting happiness, but the positive feeling fades over time, and that's something that we understand very well. Hedonic adaptation occurs when individuals become accustomed to positive or negative events, leading them to consistently seek new goals or desires for fulfillment. What does that mean? There's basically two solutions to getting over the hedonic treadmill, to getting over this problem. One, and this is why it's called the treadmill, is you can stay on it and you can just always have another goal. Right. So because what you find is that the fulfillment and the excitement is actually in the journey. It's not in the destination. And that's actually way more true than any of us want to believe that it is. So when you're seeking that hedonic high, then what you want to do is, I have this goal of leaving my day job. Then I have this goal of hitting 5 grand. Then I have this goal of hitting 10 grand. Then I have this goal of having 100 grand in the bank. Then I have this goal of hitting 30 grand a month. And if you just keep having new goals, then that is a way that you can keep being excited and motivated. But you'll be stuck on that treadmill and you won't actually ever feel the sense of fulfillment, satisfaction, and happiness that you're looking for. The other option is you could actually reorient the way that you think, and you could say that what I'm actually motivated by is pursuing the goals, not their actual attainment. So if you actually are focused on pursuing new goals, not on hitting new goals, then you will find a higher sense of satisfaction. The other way that you can avoid this hedonic treadmill and avoid this negative cycle is by learning to focus on intrinsic motivations. That's the motivations that come within, motivations that are not external, and they're not hitting an X number of revenue or so many customers served, and they're not external factors, but they're intrinsic motivators. You could learn to just start cultivating gratitude. Take time to tell yourself, what am I grateful for that's just in my life currently, so we can find higher levels of fulfillment in the current state that we're in. So if you're in this position where you're thinking that this new next big thing is what's going to make me happy, I'll be happy once I hit this mark, I'll be happy once I hit this mark, then I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the psychology and the evidence and the history of humanity suggests that's simply not the case. If you actually want to have a dramatic change in your levels of happiness and fulfillment and satisfaction, then you need to change the motivators. The motivator can't be the goal. The motivator can be the journey. The motivator can be intrinsic. It can come from faith. It can come from something that's external to you, that's bigger than you. You guys know I'm a strong Christian. My heaviest motivations in life have nothing to do with my business whatsoever. I am on this planet so that other people can come to know the love of Jesus Christ. And by knowing that love, they can have eternal life. And so with that being my focus is entirely oriented on other humans, not on myself. The big wins that I see in business are exciting, but they aren't the end goal. And so while I can say, yay, I did it, that never really was the goal. That was just part of the journey. The goal is actually to help others. And if I can cultivate a work-life balance while my revenue increases, that allows me to keep helping more people and more people in more ways because now I have more resources, that's a great thing. And I'm sharing this with you guys today, specifically on the last day that I will be talking to you this month, because this has also been the biggest month of my business career. I've never made as much money as I made in June of 2023. And it looks like we are on an upward trend. So it looks like that might not even be true at the end of next month. And that's all very exciting things. And I'm very grateful for that. And one of the things that I think was the game changer for me this month was actually stepping out of myself and letting the business do what the business does and seeing myself as a steward of that, who is called to do the best I can with what I've been blessed with, but not as the person who's actually like the owner of it. I'm seeing myself as a steward of the business and a steward of my life. And so I'm focusing on a work-life balance. I talked to you guys about that earlier in the week. I'm focusing on the journey, and I'm focusing on helping other people. And I'm looking at everything that my business does as a resource that helps me do that. And with that kind of shift, well, it's pretty early on, but I can say that I actually feel more at peace than I have in a very long time. I feel happier than I have in a very long time. I'm excited about life in a way I haven't been in a while. And so much of that comes from recognizing that while I did just hit an actual financial goal that I've been focused on for a long time, hitting the goal, hitting that number wasn't ever the goal. And because it wasn't the goal, there wasn't this huge high when I hit it. And there isn't this like low of, oh, now I'm back to where I was, because I'm just enjoying the journey. And I want you guys to be able to do that too. And that's all I have for you guys today. Love you so much. Have a great weekend. Can't wait to be back in your earbuds once again on Monday. God bless.